blessed good morning everyone. Welcome to Nagaland TV. Good morning Nagaland show. Apnan sabke swagat kuri ase. So let's start this day with a Bible passage.
Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds. James 1:2.
May the Spirit of God be with us all. You all know what's next, so it is one positive thought.
Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Jim Rohn.
Friends, next we have headlines where top 5 headlines came one side. So let's have a look at this and update ourselves. Chief Minister Nipurio on Friday released a report on seismic microzonation of Greater Dimapur City, a collaborative project of the state government and CSIR Northeast Institute of Science and Technology. The project will help in identifying seismic risk zones, quantifying future earthquake hazards, and help in better planning of the city and urban development. Security tightened ahead of Prime Minister's visit to Pali, Jammu and Kashmir. He will be visiting the village on April 24 and address the Panchayats on the occasion of Panchayati Raj Diwas. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres will be visiting Ukraine on April 28, where he will meet Volodymyr Zelensky and Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba. UN chief to also visit Moscow to meet Putin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his UK counterpart Boris Johnson called on Taliban to allow girls to return to secondary school. India and UK expresses serious concern about humanitarian situation in Afghanistan, violations of human rights and the hampered access of girls and women to education. A bomb blast ripped through a mosque during Friday prayers in northern Afghanistan, killing 33 people including children, just a day after the ISIS group claimed 2 separate deadly attacks. I hope we are all updated and we are all up to the news. The next segment one Arabi print preview sabo where that one news can update Kurilobo, and also we will be looking at the front page of the local dailies. Welcome viewers to this segment. Well, yate Murung Express and Eastern Mirror Day we emphasize on its front page. So paper braki loigina say to can discuss kure, and well I have been every day emphasizing on front pages say especially headlines puri bole na power kina ito puri bole mui koi kina ahi thake. So now we will be discussing on Murung Express. As you see on the screen, Murung Express yate bishi news kan dikhi pai ase na about Nagaland lakabi national international kan mon news dikhi ase. But first we will go to this international news, national international news, where it says about Prime Ministers of Britain and India call for immediate ceasefire in Ukraine. As we all know, Ukraine the ki halate ase aro tanla cities kan bishi hamla kurikina manukan bishi affect hua, and where this itunishna ke Moscow, or we also can say Russia, calls it a special operation in Ukraine. But then they don't know that even if it's a special operation, manukiman laga lives jayase aro manukiman yate effect kuriase. Well, yate UK Prime Minister or Britain Prime Minister India Ponticia Kali aro tai Prime Minister Modi logot log kurigina tainjin bohigina meeting thaka homoy tan bishi tainjin bra bishi issues aro bishi developments kante discuss kurigina ahishe. Also we see that bilateral talks kan be khota kurigina ahishe, but most importantly itia alak desh kandiki hui ase like Afghanistan bi hobo, Ukraine bi hobo, itu kan la opore tan discuss kurigina ahishe. Just like I have mentioned in the headlines se bi mention kurigina ahishe, where two prime ministers UK aro India laga prime minister pra Afghanistan tak tebi children education especially maiki kan logot education deprived kurigina thaka itu kan bi wapas mathi ase aro Afghanistan ke bi tai jin ba janai dishe itu kan do nukuri bole na aro maki kan ketan laga right aro education to dibi koina tension ba request kurabi moi headline se puri kina ahishe. So yate Burung Express te man dikhi pai ase prime minister duita pra Ukraine te joldi ceasefire kuri bole tension ba janai dia. So yate India and Britain on Friday called on Russia to begin an immediate ceasefire in Ukraine as British Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced an expansion of economic and defense ties that could help India reduce its dependence on Moscow. One ekta side te saishe koile India or Russia la relationship to man jani kena ase. Even Russia bra kiman takatwar hui kena tan Ukraine ke attack kuri kena ahita kilibi India bra Russia laga hat ton ne phelai, and even in UNSC India bra they were not ready to stand against Russia, and also at the same time they also called this attack itunishna attack ke tanba condemn kurishena, but then indirectly Russia laga act ke do condemn kurana because India between Prime Minister Narendra Modi aro Putin President of Russia taijila relationship bishi phal ase, and also man itu do dikhi pai kena ahi ase. It's been like Prime Minister Modi bra rule kurina it's almost 8-9 years hui kena ahi ase na, more than that also. So it will about Russia tainjin la relationship bishi bhal ha man jani kena ase. So here Britain Prime Minister Johnson pra koi kena ase that India pra jaldi ki kobo India iru Ukraine yes Russia bra jaldi ceasefire rakhishe kole India nimiti bal hobo aro because he is mentioning that economic and defense ties dibi India bra Russia ke bishi dependent kuri ase koikina. So itu duita prime ministers bra itu nishna Ukraine de ke hamla jai ase itu kan ke rukhai dibi koikina tainjen bra awas uta man dekhi kina ai ase. Next news te man sai kina jabo here one Kalipra to news to bishi viral huikna jaya say NAP constable fires service weapon inside Delhi's Rohini court complex koikna man itu laka news to bishi media kan babi turikina ai kina man dikhina aise. So paper babi aji morning yate loikina ase man ki hoise aro kinaka ase itu khobor sai kana jabo yete koikina ase investigation underway to find out whether it was accidental firing or not. As we all know firing to hoise so yate koikina ase that investigation to eta jai ase na shuru hoise aro itu kile investigation jai ase koile accidental firing na jani kina firing kurana na jani kina firing kura ase itu kan na jani bole nimite query jabo koikna itu janai dikina ase. So man saigna jaise koile Delhi Rohini court te NAP police actor constable pra fire kurise koikna itu cover do ai ase. So let's have a look at this. As I read on, panic gripped Delhi's Rohini court complex on Friday morning after a bullet was fired from a Nagaland police constable's service weapon as he intervened in a scuffle, police officials said. So man yate saigana jaise kole du khobar to ase kali prahi du khobar to olaigna jayasna. As I have mentioned, two police sustained minor injuries in the incident, they added. Itu laga hadsate duita police injury sustained kurishe koikna itu bi ase. So inaga hoise na hatsa to around 9:40 am a scuffle broke out between two advocates. So duita ki ko duita advocates laga majote larai ulaise na tainjin la majote, and then khota nimilia noilbi khota nimilia kani hobuli pare na to itu duita lawyer la majote advocates majote tension la majority chakra do olaise around 9:40 am nishna dena kali pochor hobo aro one Rohini berry Okay, and one Rohini Berry ko ya. Okay, Sanjeev Chaudhary and Risha Chopra hobo na itu two the advocates to aro one Rohini Berry na itu be mentioned kuri na ase. So they entered the court complex through gate number 8 and continued to fight. Tando gate number 8 te kusishe na, and also they were itu time te be tando jakrado kuri thakishe. So Deputy Commissioner of Police Pranav Tayal pra iro khobor do janai dia laga ase. So ekta Nagaland police constable who was deployed at the gate intervened in the scuffle and a bullet was fired from his service weapon which hit the ground, the DCP added. So Tayal pra kwa nishna, DCP Tayal pra kwa nishna tuida advocates majote larai kuri thakise, and idu larai kura homoy gate number 8 pra kusise. Idu homoy te police constable ekta do date duty khara kuri kina thakise. To maybe intervene kuribole ena paper pra koi kina asna. So maybe tai pra bullet fire kura to maybe idu larai ke rukhai dibole nimite be fire kurishna ki, because as an act of emergency, noily as an act of ki botai be out of his duty, maybe he has done that. We never know what has happened, but then investigation is going on. So with that investigation to investigation pra osa khobor do ani dibo koi na mitra kese, but then that's what has happened. Let's also look at this fuel adulteration la khobor bishi aikina asna. So police react after filing of 2 formal FIRs koikna ase. So fuel adulteration tel mix kurina mila mili kurina bika laga homoite police pra react krishna after FIR duita lodge hoa pichite hi reaction to ahishe koina ya de loigina ase. So it was assumed the police would investigate suo moto, but they have saved the trouble of making the first move. On April 22, West Police Station received 2 FIRs with regard to the alleged fuel adulteration at Gorapati exposed by the RPP a day earlier. So kalibi itu laga opor man discuss kurikina ahishe where Gorapati te ekta manu pra cholai thaka factory te tai pra tel to kerosene aro petrol mix kurina bikai thaka laga. So ekot prabi 2016 salte tai ke expose krishna tai inga tel khan do mila mili kurina bikai ase koikina. So itu ekot pratan pra formally complain kurina aha pishedibi tai laga taila khilaf case to jai takishe, but then itu case to still continuing even after see 4-5 years tak to be itu case to still going on. Justice was not served, and one arol is here to say na jai shekule formal complaints to itu barbi a court profile krishna Gorapati council lokote aro itu barobaji nishna fale sham barobaji nishna fale tampa itu complaint do kura pichi dehi police pra react kura laga do ahishe. So man arol say na jai shekule police failed to react over a verbal complaint that was communicated some 15 to 16 hours earlier on Thursday evening. So verbally matlab we all know chai kina muk pra complaint kurana idu inga huishe inhandum tan they were explaining, and then detailed plenty pra explain kura pichite 15 to 16 hours huikina be police pra eko complaint no kurina thakisena tan ba eko kam nu taikina thakise idu pichite hi duida wala kura pichite hi ahishe koina idu be we can see that. Aro Dimapur police later confirmed receiving the complaint and stated that investigation had begun. Aro itu pichite second lodge second खबर आ पिछरे complaint तो आ पिछरे Dimapur police pra itu खबर के confirm kurikina tan investigation to shuru kurikishe koina itu bi dekhi pai ase. Let's move on to Eastern Mirror, what they have taken. We can see here state police citizens should improve security situation koikina itu khobor do chief minister ba khwala ase tai ki koise aro ki homoite ki jaka de koise ki din de koise itu kan sabo. Nagaland chief minister Nipurio pra Friday din de koise the need for community participation besides the state police in improving the law and order situation in the state to avoid reimposition of Armed Forces Special Powers Act in the lifted areas and to reduce the disturbed areas further. So Nipurio Praina koise that community participation hi nohoi kena state police laga participation be thakibole lage na law aro order situation khan bhal bra rakhibole, so that idu man jagadi do special powers that is AFSPA do choi mana biste authority extend kuri digina ahi ase so enga na thakibole aro ituke committee kuribole nimite police aro community alak khan ahi kena eke logot mili kena itu kam to kuribli lage so that law aro order situation to bahal bra jabole koikna nipurio bra janai dishe. So, the government of India last month announced partial lifting of disturbed areas under the AFSPA in the northeastern state of Nagaland, Assam and Manipur after decades. We all know last month it took over to Aisha where certain parts in Nagaland, Manipur, Assam country remove Kuridisha AFSPA but also ekda duida districts he remove Kuridia also districts na kwadam the police station 15 nishna de remove Kuridishna and also bishi dido aro bajigna thakari do bishi ase in Nagaland so Nipurio has stated all these aro tai kushe that sob manu ahi kena mili kena thakile hi aro bhal pra low aro situation do man bra responsible loi kena thakile hi AFSPA nishina act dangor to man Nagaland te itu aro extension nakurli bra olop komti kuri dibo nolbi reduce kuri paribo ko kena tai pai tu khobor kan to janai di kena ase. So let's look into next news that is ENSF calls off indefinite agitation. So we all know ENSF pratan pitan protest grubo kwekna tan bi mon kushina ba against our state government tan agitation to matishe and as we know tan agitation to maybe 1 or 2 days rakishe tan na and after that they have called off their indefinite agitation which we will see this now. The Eastern Naga Students Federation on Friday called off its indefinite democratic agitation a day after it began the protest in Kohima on receiving official letter from the state government about the cabinet's approval to fulfill its demands. So yete koikina ase even we have aired this news and where President ENSF President Prakoishe yes state government pratan la cabinet meeting Thursday raka homoite tan pra mangi thaka to exempted NSSB laga post kan to halibo koikna itu kan khobor aishe and also state cabinet pra state government pra itu agitation do rukabi koishe olibi he said that tan ke official letter ekta nahatak tan itu agitation do rakhi takibo koikna aishe. So finally tan Friday dinte itu official notification aro letter to paikina tai kan laga agitation tan pra indefinite ban kan mathikina thaka tan protest kuri taka anto rukhabo koikina tan pra janai dikina ahi ase. So we can say that state te mon Nagaland te olop thanda hoikina jai ase na like government prabi thik homoite tan ki kadam lobole ase meeting kan rakhikina faisla loise and also idu ki organization ase tan pra khushi na pa khan aro tan pra mangi takan bi fulfill kuri digina ahi ase. So we can say that something positive is coming up in Nagaland and olop kurum hoikina jai taka situation kan sob thanda hoikina ahi taka dikhi pai ase na. So I hope we have those people who pray for Nagaland. We have those faith it is strong taka manukan who pray for Nagaland. I believe that tanbra pratana kura nimite hi Nagaland te law and order bi hobi kishim jaka kan sob te bhal hoikina ja dikhi payas na aro also man itu sal last year khotom fale pra itu sal tak dramas kan bi si dikhi ke na ase Nagaland te but then itia do olop thanda hoikina jai ase. I hope that itu nishna hi Nagaland te situation kan to bhal pra maintain kurikina jabole mui ni itu nishna ekta bhabna phal do rakhi di ase. Next news jaman sabo center's interlocutor meets NSCN IM leader. So finally idu AK Mishra who is the interlocutor tai pra NSCN IM leaders ke lok khushe koikina ase. So we can say that Chumukirima police complex te Friday te tan lok khushe na aro Bhalpra I hope tan Bhalpra hi jaise and also they have discussed on to end the Naga political issue aro itu laga opor de tan pra negotiate kurina khota kura dikhi pai ase. So moi iman taki discuss kuri dibo but then you can ani itu laga opor dibi bhal project na sai sabli pare and you can read or apni pra nijor ke update kuri lobi koina itu bi janai di ase. Print preview te itu khani khobo itu khobor khan loina print preview to yate khatam kuri di ase. So viewers, it's time for a melody. Morning te ekta gana hone na ekule ini Josh ekta nathake na. So itu Josh kan ani dibole nimite ekta gana itia hunibo man.
She's only dancing with the shadows. Her skin is pale like modern wine. Heads up with a smile that she never let go. Blended with shots for the perfect cry. Blue, hurt yourself along with the sky. Please don't cry.
Well, viewers, I forgot to mention about facts of the day this morning though. So it is one facts of the day ekta sabo. I will also be taking my closing because it's already time. Before I leave, apne weather report or sablir janai diya ase. Let's meet tomorrow. Please have a nice day.
The first video was uploaded to youtube.com on April 23, 2005.